Tory Lanez got 10 years in prison for one gunshot, but Diddy, who's facing multiple federal investigations, just got an outcome that makes absolutely no sense. Unless this goes way deeper than anyone thought. Drop a comment below if you think the media picks and chooses who gets destroyed, because what I'm about to show you will change everything you believe about justice in America. There's a theory, one the media won't talk about, suggesting that Diddy has protection at the highest levels. I'm not just talking lawyers. I'm talking federal silence. Industry silence. Maybe even government silence. And here's where it gets even darker: the people who tried to expose it? Their voices were silenced. Comment below if you've ever noticed how some celebrities get cancelled overnight while others seem untouchable, because I'm about to show you the pattern that proves this isn't random. Let me paint you a picture of how justice works in America, or at least how it's supposed to work. When someone commits a crime, they get arrested. They go to trial. The media covers it. Justice is served. Simple, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to Tory Lanez. Hit that like button if you remember when his world came crashing down, because the speed of his destruction was unlike anything I'd ever seen. December 2022. Tory Lanez gets convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion. The headlines were brutal: Tory Lanez is cancelled forever. Justice finally served. Another violent man gets what he deserves. Within days, not weeks, not months, but days, celebrities were distancing themselves. Radio stations stopped playing his music. Streaming platforms buried his content. His entire career evaporated like it never existed. The media machine worked exactly as it should. Swift. Decisive. Unforgiving. Drop a fire emoji if you believe in consequences for actions, because I'm about to show you what happens when the rules don't apply to everyone. Now let me tell you about Sean Diddy Combs. Multiple allegations of trafficking. Multiple allegations of abuse. Multiple federal lawsuits. FBI raids on his properties. Ex-employees testifying about horrific crimes. And the media's response? Crickets. Tell me in the comments if you've noticed this deafening silence, because it's not an accident. While Tory Lanez was getting buried under headlines, Diddy continued to largely avoid intense negative media scrutiny. He was still being treated like the mogul he's always been instead of the alleged criminal he might be. Let me break down the timeline for you, because this is where it gets absolutely insane. Comment below if you think timing matters in justice, because these dates will blow your mind. November 2023, Cassie files a bombshell lawsuit against Diddy. Allegations of rape, sex trafficking, physical abuse spanning over a decade. The lawsuit includes details so disturbing that I can't even say them on this platform. 24 hours later, not weeks, not months, but 24 hours, the lawsuit is settled. Diddy's team releases a statement saying the settlement isn't an admission of guilt. And then, silence. Drop a thinking emoji if you think a 24-hour settlement sounds suspicious, because what happened next proves there's more to this story. March 2024, Homeland Security raids Diddy's mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. We're talking federal agents, search warrants, evidence collection. This isn't some civil dispute, this is a federal investigation into serious crimes. The raid makes headlines for exactly one day. Then nothing. No follow-up coverage. No investigative journalism. No breathless updates about what they found. Compare that to how they covered Tory Lanez. Every court appearance was front-page news. Every witness testimony was analyzed to death. Every piece of evidence was dissected by legal experts on live television. Hit that subscribe button if you're seeing the pattern, because it gets worse. Former bodyguards start coming forward with testimony. Employees speak out about what they witnessed. More lawsuits are filed. The evidence keeps mounting. And still, media silence. Comment below if you think major news networks are scared of someone because the protection Diddy is getting isn't normal. This isn't about fame or money. Tory Lanez was famous. Tory Lanez had money. That didn't protect him from the media machine when it decided he was the villain. This is about something else entirely. So let me ask you the question that's been eating at me for months. Why is Tory Lanez publicly shredded while Diddy is quietly protected? Is it race? They're both black men in hip-hop. Is it fame? They're both celebrities. Is it money? They both have wealth. Or is it something even more untouchable, like ties to the elite? Drop a comment if you think some people are too connected to touch, because what I'm about to tell you will make you question everything. When regular artists fall, it's loud. The media makes sure everyone knows. They want the destruction to be public, complete, to serve as a warning to others. But when moguls fall, real moguls with real connections, it's silent. Tell me in the comments if you've ever wondered who really controls the narrative, because I'm about to show you how deep this goes. Diddy isn't just a rapper or producer. He's a businessman with connections that span industries: fashion, alcohol, media, technology. He's got relationships with politicians, executives, power brokers at every level. These aren't just business partnerships. These are mutual protection agreements. You protect my interests, I protect yours. You keep my name out of negative headlines, I keep investing in your projects. Hit that like button if you think business and politics are more connected than they admit, because Diddy's protection isn't coming from his lawyers. It's coming from people who have too much to lose if he starts talking. Think about it, if Diddy goes down, what does he know? Who does he expose? What secrets does he take with him? A regular artist like Tory Lanez? He doesn't have those kinds of secrets. He doesn't have that kind of leverage. He's expendable. Comment below if you think some people know too much to be prosecuted, because that's exactly what's happening here. The media isn't failing us. It's doing exactly what it's told to do. Destroy who needs to be destroyed. Protect who needs to be protected. Here's the final twist that's going to leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about justice in America. Could it be that a source close to the investigation, someone who would know, would say that Diddy's case is too sensitive to go public? Too sensitive for who? The victims? Or the people he might expose if he talks? Drop a shocked emoji if you didn't see this coming, because the implications are terrifying. What if the media silence around Diddy isn't about protecting him? What if it's about protecting everyone else he's connected to? What if prosecuting Diddy means exposing a network of powerful people who can't afford to be exposed? Tell me in the comments if you think this goes all the way to the top, because I'm about to tell you why Tory Lanez was never going to be protected. Tory Lanez wasn't connected to this network. He wasn't part of the inner circle. He didn't have the kind of information that could bring down governments or industries. He was just a warning. A demonstration of what happens when you step out of line, when you become a liability, when you don't have the right connections. Hit that subscribe button if you think the justice system has different rules for different people, because Tory's conviction wasn't about justice. It was about showing everyone else what happens when you're not untouchable. The media coverage of his trial wasn't journalism. It was a public execution designed to send a message: this is what happens when you don't have protection. Comment below if you think Tory Lanez was a sacrifice, because while he was getting destroyed, the real predators were being protected. And here's the most disturbing part: it worked. Every other artist, every other celebrity, every other person in the industry saw what happened to Tory Lanez and got the message loud and clear. Stay in line. Don't make waves. Don't become a problem. Drop a fire emoji if you think this is bigger than just entertainment, because this pattern exists everywhere. The media doesn't pick who to destroy randomly. They get instructions. They get guidance. They get told who is fair game and who is off limits. Diddy is off limits. Tory Lanez was fair game. But here's what they didn't count on: people like us noticing the pattern. People like us asking questions. People like us refusing to accept that justice is supposed to be this selective. Tell me in the comments if you've woken up to how the game really works, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Every time a celebrity gets cancelled, ask yourself, what makes them different from the ones who don't get cancelled? What connections do they lack? What protection don't they have? Every time the media focuses obsessively on one story while ignoring another, ask yourself, who benefits from this distraction? What bigger story are they trying to hide? Hit that like button if you're tired of being manipulated, because the media's job isn't to inform you anymore. It's to control what you think about, what you focus on, what you believe is important. They crushed Tory Lanez because his destruction served their purposes. They're protecting Diddy because his protection serves their purposes. Comment below if you think we deserve better, because we're not getting the truth from the people who are supposed to give it to us. The victims in Diddy's case deserve justice. The victims in every case deserve justice. But justice isn't what this system is designed to deliver. This system is designed to protect power, to maintain control, to ensure that the people who really run things never face consequences for their actions. Drop a thinking emoji if you're starting to see the bigger picture, because this isn't just about two rappers. This is about how power works in America. This is about who gets to write the rules and who has to follow them. This is about a system that was never designed to be fair. So maybe the media didn't fail us. Maybe it did exactly what it was told to do. Maybe Tory Lanez getting 10 years while Diddy walks free isn't a miscarriage of justice. Maybe it's justice working exactly as designed, protecting the people who matter and sacrificing the people who don't. Tell me in the comments if you think this is the America we're really living in, because I'm about to leave you with something that will haunt you. The next time you see a celebrity getting destroyed in the media, ask yourself, what did they do to lose their protection? Who did they cross? What line did they step over? And the next time you see a powerful person walking away from serious allegations, ask yourself, who's protecting them? What do they know? What secrets are they keeping? Hit that subscribe button if you want to keep exposing the truth, because the media won't do it for us. The media picks who we hate and who we ignore. But ask yourself, who's protecting the protectors? Leave a comment if you think the media's silence around Diddy is accidental or intentional, because I want to know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. This isn't about justice anymore. It's about control. It's about power. It's about a system that was designed to protect certain people while sacrificing others. Like this video if you think more people need to wake up to what's really going on, because the truth is more disturbing than any conspiracy theory. Share this with someone who needs to understand how the game really works. Subscribe if you want to keep getting content that the mainstream media won't give you. And remember, in a system designed to protect the powerful, the only way to get justice is to refuse to play by their rules. Drop a fire emoji if you're ready to stop being controlled, because once you see the Matrix, you can't go back to sleep. The media crushed Tory Lanez to send a message. They're protecting Diddy to send a different message. Both messages are about power. Both messages are about control. The question is, are you going to keep accepting their version of justice, or are you going to demand better? Comment below with your thoughts, because this conversation is just getting started.